Hintere Zollernstraße. Umsteigen zu O in Richtung Praxstraße. Parkhausplatz. Burgtheater.
Hello, I'm Simulator Dirk, and I hope you enjoyed my new introduction for Tram Sim. And yes, every now and again I find some new graphics and I think, yes, I must get to work and make some new graphics and make some new intros. And the reason that I've started with the new intro for Tram Sim is because we have a new tram. Now on the screen at the moment you can see the Flexity, which was the first tram featured in the introduction and the first tram that was introduced on TramSim. It was handed over to the operator in 2018 and will successfully replace the last high floor models, which we're about to see. We move on. The E2 plus the C5, that was the second tram that you saw in the video, and this is a high floor unit that was placed into service for the first time in 1978, so they've certainly had a long and active and distinguished career on the streets of Vienna, but these days they lack several features that that people have basically come to know and come to rely on and come to trust, such as low floors, passenger information, air conditioning, etc. Now today, as I'm recording this episode, we have a new type of tram on Tram Sim, and this is the ultra low floor. Now the ultra low floor started in Vienna in 1995, and this version apparently that we're getting on Tram Sim is the first generation. Now there's two variants. There's the ULF Type A, which is 5 modules, and then we move on to ULF Type B, which is 7 modules, so it's slightly longer. So we'll go into the new game. We'll just go open world for the moment, and we'll start on the ULF B. Again, you can change the car numbers to suit. So we'll go ULFB, and we'll start, and this is a paid upgrade. It worked out to be about 20 Australian dollars for the new ultra low floor, and this marks the first paid downloadable content DLC in Tram Sim. Now it actually worked out a little bit differently from how the developers initially had thought. What they were going to do, they were going to release one big DLC, which was going to be called Tram Sim Pro. So we'll just go outside and we'll have a look at our new tram. There it is there, this unit 602. Oh, it's ripped me off. It sent me back to level 2. I got to level 3. But anyway. So what they were going to do, they were going to release this new paid DLC, and it was going to feature this tram. So let's just go for a walk around. It was going to feature this tram. It was going to feature the improvements that we had seen in the last episode. Some of the increased functionality that was going to be a part of the DLC as well. So we're just having a look at the back end of 602. And it was also going to include the addition of the depot. But as it's going to work out now, we got the improvements that you saw on the last episode, and those improvements came to us free of charge, and that included some updates to the current trams and the game dynamics, etc., which was fine. Then this is obviously the new tram, the ultra low floor, which is now a separate DLC to the depot. It's the end of April as I'm recording this, early May as it comes out. And then the depot DLC will be coming out, last I heard, the end of May, early June. And that will provide a depot for the trams and about 1 kilometre of extra track to link the tram depot to the network. That'll also be a paid DLC. According to the developers, that will be in a bundle. So it'll be a cheaper price to pay for both this tram and the depot. Doesn't matter if you can't purchase the depot right now, but the system will recognise that you purchased this one as well, and it'll be cheaper to purchase both of them together compared to buying both at full price. So there's also been some updates which have been done in relation to the introduction of this tram. Some features that have been sorted out on all the other trams, some preparation work for this tram to come into service, and also some really good features as well. So we'll get back on the tram in a minute. We'll see our tram there. We'll get inside. We'll have a look at the inside now. Now, I haven't watched many videos about this so far. Everything is in German. I'm presuming that the controls are pretty much the same as they would be on the other trams. Some things that you can do now, if you go to the IBIS, if you think it's Zeal, you can now select different destinations. So I think that's enter. Let's go outside and have a look. I said outside, there we go. So that basically means Sonderzug basically means special tram. So we'll go back inside, and we need to press Zeal again. This one, Bitch Nash Entsteigen, I've got no German skills, basically means tram out of service. And what will happen is that if you pull up to a tram stop, and we're about to try it, you could go there, open your doors, the passengers will actually recognise that written on the front, and they won't get on. So let's try that out for ourselves. I don't know what those orange buttons mean. Okay, so we can depart. It seems to be a really narrow view now. So we've got lots of people waiting for our arrival. Now, if I open the doors, whoops, let's go outside. Yes, that'd be a really good screen cap actually. Now what will happen, we'll see all these passengers here, they're all waiting to get on, but because we've got the out of service on the screen, they won't get on. So what we can do, we can go to Zeal and we can change it. Now we can we'll go to Karlsplatz, which is a little bit on the way there. And now if we go outside now, whoops. Hypercarsplatz. Now maybe they don't want to go that way, so let's lock our doors. And let's go. Now, I really would like to be able to zoom out a little bit more. So here we go. Oops. There's our yellow dot. Let's have a look outside. And people did get on because they recognised that we were a tram service and not out of service. So we've started at Stefan. And then coming up soon will be where the link is for the new depot.
Umsteigen zu 80a.
So that's a couple of stops away. So we can see our mirrors. And we can go. Alright. So coming up just before the underground section, we go around basically to the left. Now coming from our right hand side, there's another set of tracks. It'll be these tracks that you'll be able to drive down to get to and from the depot to join the network.
Hetzgasse.
Okay, we can't stop. No use opening the doors yet because we're not fully on. We've got a long 7-unit So if we were to continue straight here, which we can, we will head to the underground section. Now, if we turn to the right here, we could take these, we could take the, we can go to the, we can go to the depot. Now, how far you can get at the moment, I don't know. Actually, what we'll do, let us take our point clip. Maybe we need to get out of the seat. Our point rod. Okay, well, let us take our point rod. Yes, it will. And we're going to try and get out of our cab, which I don't think it's going to let us do. We should open the doors because we've got more people. Can we open the door? Yep. So we'll open the door, we'll get out of the seat, and we'll pick up our point rod, we'll go for a walk.
Können Sie mich bitte vorbeilassen?
What did you say? Oh, I don't think we can. I think this is a lock one. Yep, that's a lock point. Okay, that's fine. We can't do that there. Excuse me.
Können Sie mich bitte
vorbeilassen?
What'd she say? I need to shut the door. And we'll get into the seat. So the theory is, if you were able to turn right here, so you could go from Stefan, you could run out of service from there, or you could run out of service to here, and then all right. So around to the left, and about a kilometre down the track will take us to the new tram depot in about a month's time, apparently. Now it is going to get noisy here in the underground, so I'm not going to talk much while I'm in the underground. Not my best stop ever. And somehow I still got a 5. Did I shut the door from before? I didn't. Okay, that will shut the door. Oh, that'll keep us out. Hang on. Let's get back in the seat. Can we go back in the seat. Come on. Let's get in here, shall we? Alright, let's scrap that plan. Let's go for a walk through the new tram. So, an ultra low floor, ticket machine there, new section. Two seats on one side, one seat on the other. Lots of space for people to stand, handrails, etc. And we have another train waiting for us. So even with a 7-section tram, we've still got a lot of room on this platform. We'll go in here. No, it's going to lock us out of the cab. Oh, gee, that's magic. How did I do that? Alright, let's... Can we at least get back in the seat? No, I do not want to set my flight controls up now. We'll be back in a minute. We just need to adjust a couple of things. Back shortly. When can you watch things on Simulated Earth when it comes to transport? Here's how to find out. Alright, we're back. And I have no idea what that actually means on the destination indicator, and if I could find my phone, I'd be able to look it up. How inconvenient. I don't know if I'm going to leave the cab on this episode anymore because of the issues that we had here. Oh, that basically means driving school, which is quite appropriate, really. So we'll take that. So it's basically telling us that we're in driver school. So in other words, we're in training. So we'll see if this allows passengers to get on or off. So they're very... Oh, that was a bit freaky. So they're very obediently obeying the sign. So if we go into the cab now, see, I've learnt something today. Alright, we'll go to Carlsplatz. So that's a good thing. You can change the destination board because you might not want to go all the way through to Stefan or Pratt-to-Haptali. You might just want to go halfway, and now you can actually do that. I would like to be able to zoom out a bit more. Maybe that's just a setting that I need to change, I'm not sure, but let's go. So now that we've basically worked out where the depot is going to come and join the network, let's have a look at the other trams on the line that we're sharing the line with. Now on the other side of the road you can see a Flexity, and you would expect to see them. Because they will be the most popular tram on the route, and the newest, and probably the biggest in number. We can't go anyway because we need to wait for the traffic lights. So it'll be good. You'll be able to see the flexity still. You should also be able to see, and you may have already seen, but I just haven't pointed it out yet, to see other ultra low floors. You should be able to see them on this route. You still only have at this stage the choice of one route, which is Route 1 from Stefan Felderplatz to Praterhauptallee. But you should be able to see, and we'll keep an eye out now for more ultra low floors. Now you may not see, unless you're driving one yourself, any of the high floors, any of the E2.
Umsteigen zu 80a.
I think that means we can go, because we're not going on the track on the left. So we need to keep a lookout. Oh, the yellow dot's all the way up there. So we need to keep a lookout for the ultra low floors heading in the other direction. See if we can see them. Now, coming up soon, there is actually part of a new line, which has been introduced with the coming of the ultra low floor. Now, there are a lot of different...
Löwengasse. Umsteigen zu 4a.
There are a lot of different tram lines in Vienna. They've only modelled Route 1, and they've done a fantastic job of doing Route 1. And I actually watched a YouTube video that somebody in Vienna made, and it's basically the same sort of view that we have now. And the line, the surroundings, the buildings, the cars, etc. have been modelled for TramSim very, very well. And it's only when you can see that you can see now that it's well modelled. You can see that. But how does it compare? How does it compare to the real thing? When you watch this YouTube video, and I'll put a link in the description so you can have a look at this video yourself, but you'll be able to see exactly how well modelled it is. And things like the yellow dot on the ground, they are extremely hard to see in real life, as much as they are here in the simulator. They are hard to see, and they are just as big in real life. Lock the doors. As soon as we get the light, we'll go. but it is extremely well modelled, and I've always thought that. But the recent changes that we saw on the last episode, they've certainly helped. But getting a different type of modern tram has changed things. Now it's quite up to you.
Radetzky-Platz. Umsteigen zu O. In Richtung Praterstern.
Now it's quite up to you if you buy this new type of tram, but I dare say that it would be a good thing as someone who likes this, this simulator, Tram Sim. It would probably be good for you to get this tram. Now there's been a lot of people who have said, and I know I've mentioned it before, who have said that come on, go out. Alright. As soon as that light changes, we'll be good. Now people have said, oh, it's only one line, so there's not so much you can do. You can just drive a tram up and down, and that's all you can do. Which, as I've said before, is a good point, but it's also what you buy the sim for, to drive trams. Now the fact that you can now drive 3 different types of trams is good. You can still drive on the one line. But however, when we come up to Karlsplatz, you'll be able to join, or you'll be able to see another line. Now this is line 1.
Hintere Zollernstraße. Umsteigen zu O. In Richtung Praxstraße.
This is line 1. But when we come up to Karlsplatz, we join also for a part line 62. Now at the moment, you can't actually drive a tram over the whole of Route 62. But Mr. Man Bun, get out of my way. Yes, you. Let's see if he moves when the lights change for him. Because I can't go anywhere with his man bun and his flannelette shirt. Yeah, I can't. And I can't go into reverse. So we'll wait for the traffic light to change, and we'll see if they move on, which I don't think they are going to. Now that's been quite some time since that's happened, since somebody's actually got stuck in front of the tram like that. So when you get to Karlsplatz, which we will be soon, I can't actually drive any of line 62 at the moment, but I dare say that it may be coming. Now, yay, I made level 3 again, finally. The AI trams, the ultra low floor AI trams, will be able to be seen on this Route 62. Now you won't be able to see it for the whole of Route 62, but you'll be able to see it from Karlsplatz, and we'll take you out of service on what we can go on, and we'll show you line 62, and we'll see if we can actually see any low floors running. See if we can see any low floors that are actually running on Route 62. So Route 62 goes into some suburbs, so I don't know if they're going to model those suburbs or not.
Umsteigen zu 2.
So I'm pretty sure this is Karlsplatz coming up. Line 62 combines with line 1 at Karlsplatz, and that's one of the reasons why a Karlsplatz loop is like how it is. And then going from Karlsplatz towards Stefan, a few of the stations are common between lines 1 and 62 until we get into the underground section, and I'll show you where line 62 branches off. And I found this by watching another video. There goes a ultra low floor on the right hand side. There goes the Flex City on the left. We'll go outside. Now this is Upper Karlsplatz. So what we can do now, we can go inside and we can change our destination indicator. Now what does Lee mean in German? Where's my phone? We found out what driving school meant. Oh, okay. Leer means empty, so we'll run with that. So if we go outside again, oh, empty or blank screen. So we've been able to blank our screen. So that's what Leer means. So if you want to blank your screen, you press, you find Leer. Oh, there we go. There's the operator logo. Vienna. So we'll get back in our tram. Have we got the road? No, we haven't. Have we still got passengers on board? Yes, we have. Now, I thought I might have kicked everybody out at Karlsplatz, but obviously not. So what we'll do, we'll go for an empty run. Now we can go. And so we'll see if we can see. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Right, I forgot about that turn. So we should see at the next stop. At the next stop that line 62 has joined us, as we see one of the ultra low floor A's on the other side there. You just need to stop. Oops. Oh, and yes, it is showing it as a Route 62. Look at this. It's coming up. And it's showing the destination as Opera Karlsplatz, which is where we've just come from. So there we go. We can now see another route apart from Route 1. So we can now see another part of a line. We can't drive that yet. We can't even do the bit in the underground section, or from this section to the underground section. We can't do that, but the ultra low floors can. Okay, is this a station? So in some ways, I know I was mentioning earlier the proposal to have one big Tram Sim Pro edition with this tram, the depot and the extra functionality. I think this has actually worked out better. I think this has actually worked out better for people, because it doesn't matter who you are. You got the update, the world update, to use a Microsoft Flight Simulator term. You got the world update for free, which under the original proposal you weren't going to get. Yes, you have to pay for yes, you have to pay for this tram, and yes, you will have to pay for the depot. But that will give people more things to do and more things to see. So now, for instance, this makes sense. This makes sense now because line 1 goes to Stefan, which we've always known. Now, line 62 is the AI route, and we can't get all the way to Walkenbergenstrabe We can't get all the way there yet, but we're seeing something other than Route 1. Now, yes, it is an AI route at the moment. We can't drive all of Route 62. I don't know if we'd even be able to roleplay. Lands Workers Drive-In. Let's see if we can. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. No, we might not be able to do that yet, or if we can, I don't know how to do it. Oh, hang on. 62. Enter. Now, did that do it? Let's have a look. I don't know. I don't think so. We might not be able to do that yet, but the fact that we can actually line 62. Nicely. So the fact that we can see another type of tram on here is good, and the fact that we can see a new route is also good. Alright, let's continue. Do we have passengers? Yes, we do. Still have passengers. So now what you can do, because you can change the destination indicator, you can roleplay a lot better in terms of, say, running from Stefan to Karlsplatz and then running out of service, for instance. And it's also good that you can change, say if you only want to run to the Karlsplatz and then run around the loop and go, say you can go from Prep to Haptali to Karlsplatz, back to Prep to Haptali, and you can do that on the destination indicator a lot easier than you would have been able to do before. So this is still the joint section between lines 1 and 62. Another thing that I noticed on the real life videos is that I overuse the bell. Now that's probably no great surprise, but I think you should. There's a lot of people around. You should be using the bell when you leave a station, for instance. So line 62 and line 1 continue. This should be Lauren Glassy. And is. having the AI trams run on line 62 is that in this section there should be more, in theory there should be more traffic. And so if this signal at the end of the platform is at stop, for instance, it's even more important to actually stop rather than just assume, oh well, there's nobody around, I'll just go through. There's a number 1. So we could be role-playing in this example that we've run a service to Karlsplatz and that we're going back to the depot. Now I think it is, if we go straight we're okay, but if we were to go around the left, we'd end up on line 60. No, so if we go straight ahead there, so if we went straight ahead there, we'd go on line 62, but if we were to go around to the left, which is what we did, we would stay on Route 1. So now we're solely back on Route 1. Although it does say that there's Route 6 available here now. Now, if we were to go around to the left, here, that would take us towards the depot. Now, let's see how far we can actually walk around to get there. Now, we can only walk as far as here. So if we were to follow this line around to the left and go for about 1 kilometre, this is where we'd find the depot. So now I've opened the doors. Let's see if we've actually no, we've still got passengers on there. So in future, in about a month's time, or in about 4 episodes' time, it should be possible with the with the new route to the depot, it should be possible to turn left here. Then you would have to be really careful about where you are going. Now, at this stage, it's you mostly just follow the one route, and it's not that hard to go wrong. Most of the routes are set for you on Route 1. But when you've got now the common section between Route 1 and Route 62, and then in a month's time you have the route to the depot as well. That's going to be very, very interesting. Oh, we've got another tram right up our backside. Now, I could be inside the cab driving from inside the cab, but I thought, we've got a new tram, let's show it off a little bit. I think I understand. Oh, good. Might be a good time for the disclaimer. Good thinking. Do not drive like this in reality. Simulated Earth is for entertainment purposes only. Good thinking. Oh, that tram just drove. Oh, that car rubber just drove straight into us. And interestingly, it didn't trigger a collision. Now this really goes to show you the tight curves. So I hope you have enjoyed our introduction into the ultra low floor and some of the new and upcoming features for TramSim. As an English speaker, it's not always easy to keep up to date with what is going on because a lot of the announcements are in German. However, they are starting to increase their amount of information in English. Now we'll actually see if there are any passengers on board in a moment, but this is Simulated Dirk Tram Sim. Here is our new tram. I hope you have enjoyed the episode. There will be links to the 2 YouTube videos that I've referred to in relation to Route 62 and in relation to Route number 1 as well. So you can see in real life just how well they are modelled and how close it looks to the real thing. Anywho, I've been Simulated Dirk. You have been wonderful. We will see you next time. Thanks for watching and bye bye for now.